Chill. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again. Codingphase.com. Your boys back. I done did it again one more time. What's really good? Okay, cool. So we got Renee in here. We got Dylan. We got Karen. Shout out to Karen. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to Dylan. Shout out to every single one of you guys. Cool. Today we are live. So today I just want to do a Q&A, hang out with you guys, but I also want to go in and talk about the title of this live stream, okay? Fang versus indie dev, okay? Which one makes more sense to you? Okay, so I'm gonna actually go in and check out an email that I received by one of the subscribers of here, codingphase.com. Shout out to Sung. He basically sent me this email, and this is what it says, okay? It basically says like this. Hey, Joe, right? Right? That's the voice. Hey, Joe, what's good, bro? Right? So he said, hey, Joe, hope all is well, right? I was a student at Coding Face about 2 years ago. Because of you, I started creating Shopify themes on Etsy and Creative Market. Sales have been slow, but it was a good intro for me to make money online, so thank you for that. I was recently laid off from a New York City Shopify agency in January of 2024, right? So he got into the world of Shopify. He got introduced through Coding Phase and dove deep into it, okay? He started creating his own products on Etsy, right? His own themes and putting it out there, right? Then he just got this job as a Shopify developer, right? But he got let go in January. But eventually he found a new remote job at a startup as a front-end developer making $125,000. So this new job has been pretty chill and slow, and I have got a good amount of time, but I wanted to know your thoughts on this screenshot attached. There's a lot of info online, and I think it's causing me to have analysis paralysis. Basically, just like, I don't know where to go, okay? He also said, is the plan laid out in your millionaire stack video have a higher ROI, right? Return on investment than studying for big tech interviews after my current remote job, right? So basically he wants to know, hey, I'm already making 125,000, right? Should I spend all of my time trying to get into Fang, right? The next tier, right? Because you go from your first job, which could be content editor, email developer, Shopify developer, etc. And then from there, you might want to go into front end or full stack development, which is what he did. So now he's working for another company. Now, what's the next step for him, right? He could go the Fang route, right? To become another front-end developer or full stack developer, software engineer at one of these companies, right? But again, he has to invest time, get to learn this new skills, not even learn it, but practice, to pass the interviews and stuff like that. So he's trying to figure out, is this even worth my time, right? Or should I go into building my own applications, like the millionaire stack? Now, for those of you guys that don't know what the hell is the millionaire stack, go check out the video. I'll give you a quick preview of it. Here, it's on my YouTube channel. You can search Coding Phase, right? And you can search Coding Phase Millionaire if you want to. And here we go. This is the video. Okay, the millionaire stack, the tech stack for 2024. Okay, now in here in this tech stack, what I talk about is how you can actually, make more money going this route of Shopify and e-commerce than you going the traditional route of just, going from your first job, your second job, and then going to Fang, or going straight from college to Fang. You can actually make more money with this. Okay. Now, for those of you guys that don't know why this is possible, it's multiple things that you can do. Okay. Once you actually understand how to do e-commerce, right? And how to use Shopify, there's multiple things that you can do as a Shopify developer. You could be a full-time developer just like he was before in his previous job, right? Making anywhere from $70,000 to $180,000, right? You can go in and become a theme creator, basically creating themes for people to install on their own Shopify stores, okay? That could be from $5,000 to unlimited on a monthly basis, right? Again, you could also be an app developer, creating apps for, Shopify, just like the homie Gil, right? Shout out to Gil, Gil G NYC, who a few years ago, maybe like 2 years ago or like a year and a half ago, I told you guys about him. He created this app called Checkout Blocks, right? And it was so good that it actually got acquired by Shopify. Okay. So keep that in mind. Okay. That lets you know he got a bag, bro, in less than 2 years, right? We could say probably like 2 years or a little under 2 years. Okay. So that already lets you know how big this thing could get, right? So again, there's a lot of different things that you can do with Shopify. Now, of course, HTML, CSS, right? Advanced full stack PHP, Node.js, etc. Those are the requirement to actually go on this route. Okay, just front end development, web development in general. Okay, but again, you have all of these different avenues that you could go on, and you could even do freelancing, right? Building stores for businesses, email automations, advertisement, ads management, email management, miscellaneous. There's a lot of ways that you can make money with what I call the millionaire stack. Okay, and that's in e-commerce / Shopify. Okay, Shopify is just one platform. There's other ones like BigCommerce, WooCommerce, Magento. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Look them up. Okay, but yeah, we focus on Shopify on this one. So this is why, good old Kim or Sung, right? Sung is actually hitting me up and telling me, hey, which way do I go? Do I go into the Fang route, or do I go into building my own business and which one's going to give me the best return on my investment? And what's your investment? Your time. Which one you're going to get the best bang for your buck? Okay. Now let's take a quick look at some of the salaries that people have in some of these Fang companies, right? We can see over here, web development is around medium is basically 155,000, right? 25 or 25th percentile, 115, 214, 75th percentile, 90th percentile, $280,000, right? That's web development. Then you have, again, full stack, right? It's almost the same thing. It's web development. Then you have mobile development. It's almost the same thing, right? It's always on that range, okay? It's around 130 to like on a maximum like 300. And yes, there's people that make even more money than that. But let's just be honest. Those people that get to earn, let's say $500,000, $700,000, $900,000 at some of these companies, they're not the average developer, okay? They're not the average developer. A lot of times it's people that love to kiss ass. And again, I'm not throwing shots at them, but it's people that know how to work the system, the corporate system, right? We all know that you could be the most talented individual, right? If people don't like you, you're not going nowhere. Okay, you could be a great engineer at any of these companies, and you'll be stuck at the same salary, the same level for a long ass time until they fire you. Okay. Yes, you might see one guy that comes up like, yeah, I've been working at Apple since 2003, and I'm making $1.2 million. Yeah, but that's that one guy. Okay, that's the truth. Okay, there's not that many people making that type of money in those companies. A lot of times it's between 100,000 to like 300,000 around there. Okay, and also too, you have to add all of the years that it takes you to actually get to that point and to that level. Okay, and basically dedicate your life to those companies. So going to Sung's question, which one is the one that makes more sense? Okay, this is a question that you gotta answer. Okay, I can't answer it for you. I can give you a glimpse of what both roads is gonna look like, right? And then you make your decision. And this is the same thing for everybody here. Okay, when you come into the industry, right? You come in, you want to get a job. Once you get a job, right? You hit a point where you pass the $100,000 mark. Okay, you can go to Fang, or you could build your own business or side income, etc. Right? With the Fang route, there's a security, right? That's the pro of it. There's a security that of, hey man, I got a job. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about taxes. I don't have to worry about, setting up a business, LLC, S corp. I don't have to worry about nothing. All I have to do is go do my job and show up every day from 9 to 5, 9 to 6, right? And then maybe I might have to do some extra hours, etc. It's a salary job. But guess what? I get paid no matter what every Friday, every 2 weeks. Let's say every 2 weeks bi-weekly, right? You don't have no real stress, right? Also, to the difficulty to get to some of these Fang jobs, it is difficult, but it's difficult when you don't have experience. Someone like Sung, once he has experience, he already worked with Shopify, he already been selling his own products, he already has now working as a front-end developer at a startup. Going to Fang, popping up at Amazon, Netflix, Google, like it's not hard. He has experience. He clearly is qualified for the position. Now it's just about passing the interview. That's a no-brainer. It's easy for him to get into that path. Now, the other side of it is, right, that yes, there is like sort of a cap, right? It's golden handcuffs, right? In a sense, they give you everything that you might need to keep you happy and some more, right? But the truth, there is a cap, right? There is a cap because it's limited to whatever opportunities other people give you. Always remember that when you work for somebody else, your life and your destiny is really in somebody else's hands. Okay? You could be a great developer, but if someone don't like you and they don't want to promote you, you're not going to get promoted. Shit, you might just get fired. Okay? And then now you're scrambling again to go and work at another company to earn the same income. Okay? So that's, the first route, going the Fang route. Now, the second route is going a route like this, like the millionaire stack, okay? Where you're actually saying, you know what, I'm talented enough, right? And I'm not saying not to go the Fang route, but investing your time into Fang, like fully, you say, okay, let me just focus on just this one goal, right? Long-term wise, you're not going to make as much money as you might think, okay? Yes, you're going to get a 401k. You're going to get all this bullshit. And again, I wish, a lot of times most of this company will be, or even like the salaries will really be more transparent, because people might see this and say, well, someone was making 280K. That's full comp. That means that they're adding the 401k. They're adding, how much bonuses they got, this, and that. It's a whole bunch of shit that gets added for you to get to this number of 280K. Your salary is not 280K. In fact, most salaries are like 120, 110, sometimes even 90,000, right? 140, 160, and that's it. Then now you're depending on those extra comps that add up to 280,000 with 401ks and stock options and this, and that. Okay. So that's something that you might want to keep in mind. So when you see this, okay, understand this isn't your salary. This is on the full compensation that you're going to get, okay, working for some of these companies. Now, when you go this route with what I call the millionaire stack, this could be with Shopify. This could be with any entrepreneurial route that you decide to go on. Of course, you got to choose the ones that's most profitable. This is why I focus on Shopify. There's money on Shopify. Okay. If I go in and say, hey man, I want to be doing Arduinos. Yes, I could become an entrepreneur selling Arduino parts and bullshit like that. But guess what? There's not that much money in that compared to Shopify. You get what I'm saying? So you also have to make the right choice. It's not what you like, it's what makes money. Okay? Always keep that shit in mind. A lot of people choose things because they like something. They're like, well, I'm going to build something in some random language that no one ever uses. And guess what? I'm going to give that to a client. And the client's going to be like, yeah, but no one uses this shit. Yeah, but it's my favorite. Nah, you're going to have to go with the thing that is popular, that people actually use, and it's a standard. So that way, if you leave the team, another developer can come in and replace you. Okay. So this is not about what I like. This is not about what you like. This is what makes money. And yes, Shopify makes money. Okay. So again, going to this route, right? There is a lot of pros. The pros is you have unlimited, you could literally grow as far as you want to, okay? But how big you're gonna get, right? How popular, how rich you're gonna become with this route that you're gonna go on. It all depends on the demand for it, right? It also depends on, your drive, right? And making sure that when you go this route, you understand that this is not an easy route. This is something that you're gonna have to work on constantly, right? I give you a great example. Somebody comes in, goes get hired at Fang. A lot of these guys, they don't even keep up with everything that's happening in the industry. Once you already hire, all you have to keep up is whatever's happening at your company. With this, right, in this route, you're gonna have to always keep on be doing like research, finding out what's the best way to market your product, what type of product people are actually looking for. There's so much shit that you have to do on this route. But guess what? It is the most profitable. Okay? I'll give you a great example already. Gil, right? Gil came in, built his app. Dude was making 50, 60K a month, right? That's more than you're gonna make on Fang. And he was doing that within a year. Okay? That's more money than you're gonna make at Fang, period. Okay? We go into other guys like Tony Ding, right? $45,000 a month on typing mine, right? He had the blackmagic.so, it got acquired, somebody bought it. Xsnapper, somebody bought it. Defutils.com, making $5,000. So let's say he's making like $50,000 right now. 2 years ago, when he started going on this route, he could have went in and just focused on, let me go work at Fang. He could have done that. Right? But the truth is that by him going this route, he's making more money than somebody that would have went to any Fang company with 2 years. So in 2 years, he's making way more money than somebody that's in Fang that started, like, let's say at the same time, you could have both developers. One developer on the same day says, I'm going to start working at Fang. And Tony Ding says, hey, I'm going to start building my own applications and my own business. We come back to both of them 2 years later, and Tony Ding is making more money than the guy that's at Google. Okay? So, again, we're sticking to the money. We're sticking to what makes the most bread. This is not about getting badges, getting props by other developers. I could give a shit about that. I don't give a fuck about, if I work at Google and somebody comes in like, I work at Google. So fucking what? I got more money than you. That's it. That's the way how I measure shit. That's how I look at it. Okay, no disrespect, but it's just like, okay, let's look at the scoreboard. Okay, so again, everyone can go that route. I think even working at Fang is amazing because you don't have to stress. You don't have none of the things that an entrepreneur or indie dev has, right? So if you're the type of person that's like, I don't want to have no stress. I don't want to have to worry about my future or like me having to build things constantly. You want to leave that to your company to decide what projects they got to give you, what products you're going to be building, and you just show up and build it and get paid. Shit, and you could hang out with your kids, take your dog out to take a piss, whatever. Like, shit, you're happy with that? Cool. Some of us don't want to do that route, right? Some of us want to see what, how far we could take this shit, okay? Now, you got guys over here, again, I always bring up, Levels.io, right? Shout out to Levels.io. Yes, he's blocked because sometimes I don't want to see his shit, but I still give him respect, right? He's a dude that I respect, and I think that he's been killing it over the years. Okay. Then we also have guys like Danny Postma, right? I think this guy is another one that killed it. Okay. If it wasn't because of Danny Postma, I don't even think Levels.io will even have the idea to be doing the same shit that he's been doing. So for those of you guys that don't know, check out Danny Postma, follow him, right? When the whole wave of like, AI and the little bullshit apps of like, headshots and this and that, simple things that somebody will look at it and say, oh, this shit's too simple. These guys came in and said, there's an opportunity with this. We can make money with this. We can actually refine this, create a really good tool to allow people to take a photo of themselves and using AI, create the headshots. Guess what? This dude's is killing it, right? Between him and Levels.io, they're making millions. Like, not lying, not cap. They're making millions. And just like them, this is just the people that actually put their face out there. There's a lot of guys that are creating applications and they don't want to be the next Levels.io. They don't want to be the next Danny Post. You know what I mean? They don't want to be those guys because they're in the open. Everybody knows their business. There's guys right now that no one knows that are making millions of dollars, right? There was an app that Levels.io did. Maybe, I don't know. It was I forgot the name of it. It was, damn, what was the name of it? It was basically an app to go in and be able to use AI to see a preview of how your living room would look like. Okay. That's what he created, right? And that was a really cool application. Let me see if I find it. Give me 1 second. We got to unblock. We got to unblock Levels.io. So yeah. So you look over here, right? Let me see. What was it? Not Interior AI. Okay. InteriorAI.com, $40,000, right? $40,000 a month. Photo AI, $57,000. Nomad List, $44,000. Remote OK, $31,000. Okay. So just right here, right? We can see, hey, he making at least $1 million to $2 million a year. Okay. Now, with that being said, right? There's another company that came in at the same time as Levels.io and Danny Postma from, a couple of indie developers that they had a mobile application because Levels didn't even have a mobile application. He just launched a web application. But this company had a mobile application, and I believe they were making like $11 million in 1 year. 1 year, one shot, $11 million. It's a wrap. Indie developer. Okay. So with that being said, when you go in and you put in a balance and you say, well, do I go and work at this company, right? Do I go and focus all of my energy to go and work at this Fang company, right? To get a maximum, $200,000, $300,000, and maybe someone likes me, maybe a year they give me an extra $50,000. With a couple of years, I make $500,000, total comp, right? Maybe, right? Maybe I'll go this route. Or that same amount of time that you're going to invest into trying to get into Fang, you could use it to build your own company and your own services. I can tell you, you're going to make way more money here. Way more money here. Okay. I have like co-workers, right? Co-workers of mine that where we started in 2011, right? In 2012, when I got my first job, those co-workers are making 20% of what I make. 20% of what I make. Now you might say, Joe, yeah, but you create courses, you create training. Bro, I got a service. I could have done all this shit that Levels does, Danny Postma, all the other stuff that you see online. I could have been gone that route. But guess what? I already have a great business. I already have a great business model, right? So I can do some of those stuff, or I could go in and do services that deal with people directly. You get what I'm saying? So, but with that being said, right? Even if I would have went this route of just creating software as a service, microservices, I mean, don't forget, in 2013, I was already making like $100,000 off niche websites. Before you saw all of this microservices, software as a service, I was doing that shit in 2013, 2012, 2011. I came into the game with this mindset of I'm not going to work for somebody for the rest of my life, right? And I'm going to plant this seed, and this little seed is going to grow. Same thing with coding phase. This thing that was an idea for me to create a social network, a place where we could help each other out and help people learn how to get into the tech industry, because I saw a problem where blacks and Latinos and people who were above the age of 27, no one was really serving them with a great community. Everything was just about the kids in college, the computer science majors, and this and that. Coding phase is not that. Coding phase is serving everybody else who's not in that group. And I saw that problem back then. I started with $5. I said, hey man, coding phase is $5. I planted that seed. Now we above 1 million and up. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm saying with all of this is that if I would have decided I want to go into Fang, I wouldn't be making 1 million and up a year at all. I wouldn't be doing that. And same thing as Levels.io. Levels.io is a talented developer. And he's done so much shit with just PHP, with an index.php file. Right? He don't even use React or anything like that. It's just jQuery and vanilla JavaScript. Imagine if that dude decided, hey man, I want to go work at Fang. He could have done it. A guy like Danny Posma, he could have went in and started working for Fang. But guess what? They're seeing that there's more potential for them to actually grow independently. Same thing with even people that go in and do like, Y Combinator, etc. Like people that go that route, these guys are making more money than the guys who are getting funding from companies. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's just independently. So going back to Sung and his question, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to put in the work? Right? Because it's like somebody might see me here and they say, well, shit, look at Joe. All he does is come on YouTube. You have no idea all the shit that I have to do, all the work that I have to put in, right? This shit is not easy. Same thing as Levels.io. Somebody comes in, all this guy has to do is just post a tweet and people go and follow his app. They don't know the work that he has to put in. This indie developer, entrepreneur route, it's not for everyone. If you're not the guy that is already coming home, and even after you code all day in your house, you come back home and you code again, this might not be for you. If you're the guy that's able to chill on the weekend, that enjoys going out, that does this and that, right? And it's just like, okay, I'm just focusing on going to my job and I want to have a good time after that, take vacations, this and that. This route might not be for you. Becoming an indie developer is for people that love to grind. You ever played a role-playing game? There's people that play role-playing games and they go in and put it on easy mode. They watch the whole story and they beat it and then that's it. Woo, excuse me. The guys that become successful as indie developers, right? Entrepreneurs are guys that love to grind, that they beat the game on easy, beat it on medium, beat it on hard, and beat it on extreme, and come back and get all the badges and all the fucking things that come with the game. You ever seen a dude, I don't know, playing fucking, what's the name of this shit? World of Warcraft. There's a dude level 1000 and he's been playing since 2001. Yeah, that's a dude that loves to grind. You get what I'm saying? Like, he put some work. Now, most people, they just want to have a job that pay them good. So the average person should just go the route of just trying to get into Fang. It's the easiest route, to be honest with you. People think that going to Fang and working for some of this company is very difficult. It's not. They're looking for people who are qualified, right? People who are good workers and dedicated to the company. Okay? It's that simple. Those three things, right? And then the icing on the cake is experience. Okay? You can work at any Fang company you want. Now, to become a successful indie developer, not only do you need to know how to code, you need to learn how to market things. You need to know how business works. You need to know how to do research. You're basically having 3 to 4 different type of Fang jobs into one person. There's the project manager. You might even have to be the designer. You might have to be the engineer, and you might even have to be the fucking salesperson. You get what I'm saying? So for some, when you're thinking about which route should you go, you gotta ask yourself, which route am I comfortable with? Do I want to have an easier route where I just go to work, and I just worry about that? Go to Fang. If you want to go in and you get the real bang for your buck on your investment over time, it's literally, going the entrepreneur route. Okay. Now, again, always keep this in mind. Now, I mentioned this in the beginning of the video. For you to really succeed, okay, you have to have a very special quality, which is understanding what type of apps will make money and being able to do the research to find out that information. There's a lot of people that think just because you know how to code, guess what? You don't know how to build apps that make money. Just because you know how to code doesn't mean that people's going to come in and sign up to your service. So that's the risk that the average person takes when they go into trying to become an indie developer or entrepreneur, because you're going to, if you don't have those qualities yet, you're going to lose a lot in the beginning, right? You're going to lose time. You might even lose money. But once you acquire those skills and you understand how to serve people with what they want, right? And find problems and solve those problems, then you're going to be good to go. Okay. Hopefully this makes sense for a lot of you guys. Shout out to Sung. If you watch this live stream later, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to everybody in here, guys. Make sure you go in and leave a message in the comment section. I see like 75, 100 people in here. Guys, go in, post a message, a question, anything you guys want to talk about. I'm here today. Okay. I wasn't feeling good the past few days, but I'm back. And I'm back with a fucking vengeance. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Let's make that money, man. So again, hopefully nobody gets this wrong, how I talk on this video, or gets this mixed up, because sometimes people get this shit mixed up, when I'm giving an advice, or I talk like I'm talking to my friends, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? Fang is great for those of you guys that want a safe route and you want to be able to just make your money from your job. It's the best way to make money as a, in any full-time job. But when you want to make more money, right? You want to be balling, right? Then you have to go in and build your own businesses. It could be freelancing, could be creating your own software as a service. It could be creating your own service that you build for, for people, right? There's so many different ways that you can make money with the skills that you have, okay? But you got to make that choice. Am I here for my bag, right? Or I'm here to get a badge? It's up to you. I don't care about badges, right? A lot of my coworkers, they're making 20% of what I make. So that lets me know I made the right choice, right? Same thing with even, jumping into coding phase and doing what I've been doing the past 7 years, right? A lot of people that doubted me back then and like, Joe, you should be selling on Udemy. This is a lot of them. You know where they're selling now? On their own domains and their own companies. So I was right. 7 years ago, I was right. Right? Now everybody wants to have a subscription website giving all the courses. Everyone's model is modeling after me. You get what I'm saying? I was right. Okay? When other people was like, yo, but you should just start building your apps and just focus on that. And I'm like, yes, I could have done that. But at the same time, I enjoy this business that I have. I don't know if I would enjoy just creating random apps and just putting it up there. I enjoy the process of getting people to sign up to the apps, but just coding and coding and coding, like I don't get so much gratification than when I get somebody like a new student that comes to Coding Phase and says, hey, Joe, thank you for this. I was able to buy my first house. Like I'm really touching somebody and helping them in their lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't put a price on that shit. So yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Let's see the comment section. What's going on? Good morning, Coding Phase. Andrew Morales, Stanislav. Let me see, Dub 3000. Andrew Morales says Indie Dev for sure. Cam Dakota, what's going on, fam? Let me see. Renee says, I got hit up for an email dev contract job from a former Coding Phase student. The position starts mid-September. I love this community. Yes. Yes. That's the good thing about, a lot of this things that we have here in this community is like, and this is why we build it for, right? All of you guys is going to get put into positions where you can now help others from the community, right? A reference letter, hey man, they hiring. Hey, my coworker, he quit his job. He's working somewhere else. Guess what? There's an opening for some of you guys. You know what I'm saying? So definitely help each other out. Trust me. That's how you build a relationship and you build a network. Marcus B, what up? Turn up my mic. I don't know how far you want me to turn up my mic, fam. Turn your mic up, mate. How far you want me to take it? I don't know if it looks like it's clipping. So I don't know how far you want me to take it, bro. Okay. Let's see. Billy Rodriguez, what's going on, Billy? Mr. E, G's up. Get your cheese up. Word. I like that. G's up. Get your cheese up. Bruce said, why do you block levels? Nah, it's nothing personal. It's just, I just feel like I've supported that dude so much. And every time that I interact with him, he gives me like some smart ass answers, or he'll act like he knows everything. I'm like, motherfucker, like you could flex on this other fucking fans that you got, not me, bro. Like we don't support you from the beginning. When you was out there with no fucking shoes on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? When back in the days, but you know how it is. Some of these dudes, they get some money and they think they're all big. I got money and I'm acting the same way as I was when I was a parking lot attendant. You know what I'm saying? This is Joe. This is who you get, right? I don't change. Some of these motherfuckers, they change, right? They think they're bougie. They this and that. People got thousands of followers. People kiss their ass. Guess what? Not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the one. So at the end of the day, I just block them. I'm like, all right, bro, keep it moving, man. Yeah, because there's some motherfuckers that they think they know everything. And I'm like, bro, like, there's shit that you should still fucking listen to. Like, even when people give me an advice from the community, or even they give me a comment or something on a video, I analyze this shit. And I'll be like, okay, does this make sense? And if it makes sense, cool. But yeah, that dude reached the point where he's just an asshole. To me, right? To me, that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So, God bless him. Nothing personal, I respect him. I think he's a great motivation. One of the people that motivated me in a sense of like, yeah, keep grinding. You know what I mean? Because when you grind, you get your bag in the long term. So I fucks with him in that sense. Now, personal interaction, it's like how they always say that shit. What's the name of that quote? They say, don't meet your heroes or some shit like that, right? Because they're going to disappoint you. So yeah, every time that I've had any conversation with him or even interaction, he just seems like an asshole. I'm like, bro, you talking to the wrong one. Like, he must not know. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I just blocked him. Nothing personal. So yeah, that's the truth. I got nothing against him. God bless him. But it's just like when you seem arrogant and you seem like an asshole, it's like, motherfucker, we all rich here. Like, who the fuck you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here. So anyways, man. Brett Trippin says, Coding Phase, will you recommend building a software as a service React Next.js if I wanted to learn JavaScript, not only for software as a service, but also getting more experience for the job? Wait, what? Will you recommend building a software as a service with React Next.js, Node.js, if I wanted to learn JavaScript, not only for a software as a service, but also getting more? Yeah, that's a good idea. because that will force you to learn the ins and outs of Node.js and Next.js. So if, like, let's say you're focusing on maybe getting a job in that route, there's no better way than actually building with that same technology. All right. So by the time you go to some of these interviews, you could really break it down. But like, hey man, I actually built an application with Next.js. I'm using React. I'm using TypeScript. I'm using Prisma. Using this, and that. I'm able to have 100 customers on it, right? 200, 1,000, whatever. Sky's the limit. 1,000, 5,000 customers on my app. And we've been serving them for a year and a half. This is everything that I learned about building this business, building this application. Guess what? What employer wouldn't want to have you at that point? Because you know the ins and outs, right? So yeah, definitely go for it. Using Rails currently, Rails is cool, but I feel like for that, just use Laravel. Let me see. Okay, cool. And Tapa says, yeah, you will make more money building your own stuff, of course. Didn't forget about us. Nah, man, I don't forget about the community. It's the spot, man. It's the squad. I can't forget about you guys. I feel bad when I don't come live or I don't come and drop a video. Okay, let's see. Hey, Joe, I have a refurbished 2012 MacBook Pro quad-core i7 on terabyte. Will this laptop work with your curriculum? Yes, definitely. You don't need a brand new MacBook Pro. You could open up right now a Mac Mini from, I don't know, 2008, and you could do the courses and everything. Like, you're writing text. You're not compiling code. You're not running a video game. This is all done on the web, guys. As long as you got RAM, you should be fine. Make a day in the life, Joe. If I do a day in the life, I would probably do like a week in the life of Joe. You know what I mean? A week of the life of Joe from Coding Phase, Because a day is going to be too repetitive. I do the same shit every single day, right? You want to know what's my schedule looking like? Wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock. No, like 6:50, 6:40 for, my kids going to school. In the summertime when they wasn't going to school, I woke up at 7, right? But now, the kids going to school, wake up, boom, I'll take them to school, or my wife take them to school, but I still got to get up anyways. From there, I start looking at all my emails. I start answering everybody's emails on my codingphase.com email. From there, I go to my Gmail account, start answering all the emails there, right? Around 9 o'clock, I get up. I go to my office, which is here. I start looking for jobs. From 9 to like 10:30, I look for jobs to start adding them to the jobs list. After that, I start looking at what are the type of videos that I should be making, right? I have a project management tool called Asana. In Asana, I go in, I look at all the tasks that I have to do. Sometimes it's tasks that I got to call my accountant, or I got to send some paperwork to somebody, or maybe I have to look at the Google Analytics and my Pulse Hog, right? Yeah, that's the name of it, Pulse Hog, I think. I always get that messed up. I'll tell you right now. There's another tool, it's an analytic tool that I like. Pulse Hog, yeah, pulsehog.com. So I'm using that. I'm not using Hotjar no more. I'm using Pulse Hog, which is this service, right? And this gives me all of the data that I need to find out what's going on my website, how many people have actually clicked on the ads, how many people have gone to the site, how many purchases I've gotten, right? So I go through that stage, right? After that, it's around 12 o'clock, and most of the time, if I'm gonna go live, I schedule the live stream here, create a quick little thumbnail, put it up, and then it's this time, right? From 12 to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I'm here live with you guys. Then from there, after I quit from this, right, on this live stream, I usually either have a meeting with somebody that they book a call, or I go in and take a little break, eat a little bit of lunch, maybe eat a turkey sandwich, right? Legendary turkey sandwiches, right? After that, I go in and start recording things for the courses, like new courses that I have scheduled, and start working on those projects. Usually it's coding most of the time, which is funny. Sometimes people obviously in the comment section be like, well, when does this guy code? I code every fucking day. It's just I also have to run a business, right? So I'll do that. And then usually like around 5:30, I have a meeting with my other employees that run my digital agency to see what they bring up to. Did they create any new themes, any new designs? Like what's the plan for the week type of meeting. And then from there, that's it. I come back in, check out the emails again because people send emails in the afternoon. And then at 6:30, I start eating some food and hang out with the kids. Now on Mondays, I hang out for 1 hour with the kids, and by 7 o'clock p.m., from 7 till 9 p.m., I'm on the live stream on the accountability meetings every Monday, right? And then around 9 o'clock, what I do is I go on World Star. I go to World Star, see, who got a fat ass, who got hit, who got robbed, you know what I mean? Who got knocked out. That's how I release my mind, and just go through the comment section, seeing how people shitting on each other, you know what I mean? Like talking shit. That's how I release my mind. That's how I decompress. I go to World Star. That's my end of the day. And then from there, I might play at 10 o'clock, a little bit of PlayStation, maybe some Call of Duty, maybe some Fortnite, maybe some Battlefield. That's it. And that's my whole fucking day. So I do that shit every single day. You know what I'm saying? And somewhere in the week, there's some variations. So that's why it will make more sense for me to just go in and do a week in the life of Joe, right? Than doing a day in the life, But I'm productive. Every single day, I'm doing something new and preparing for whatever I'm going to do the next day. Let me see. What else? We in here. Everybody want to know why I block levels. I already said it. Why I blocked them. I just don't want to see him in my timeline. That's it. It's nothing personal. He didn't really say much personal to me. It's just once you get on my bad side, and I'm like, I don't even want to fucking see your ass no more. Like because if you seem like an asshole, I don't want to support you. That's it. I still show him here on the channel. I'll talk about because he's somebody that has done something great that we have to give him props. Now, for me to be seeing him on my fucking timeline, fuck that motherfucker. Like, I don't want him on my fucking timeline. Give him motherfuckers light. And I shouldn't even bring him up in this channel. But I do because I can't discredit his work. Right? Is it okay to be an employee? Not everyone can be a business owner. Yes, you could definitely be an employer. But if you take the employee route, right, you have to also look at other things, right? And what do I mean by that? You can be an employee, but you have to go in and also try to make some type of side income, either by, going on the stock market, investing in that, maybe investing in some properties, etc. You do not want to be like one of those people on fucking TikTok crying, I got kicked out of my company. I used to work at Google for 12 years and they fucking kicked me out. They fired me. You don't want to be like one of those fucking people. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because that lets you know they made bad decisions, right? There's no way that you're working at Google for 12 years, probably making $200,000, $300,000 or even more, and you're crying on the internet about fucking Google firing you. You know what I'm saying? You should be at that point with enough money in your bank account that you'll be like, oh shit, they just gave me a great vacation. You understand what I'm saying? And what I'm saying with all of this is that there's people that work at really good companies and make a lot of money and still living as if they were broke, right? They never invested into anything. They have no other income. They have nothing else coming in from anywhere, right? They have no savings. So then now, even if you're working at a good company for X amount of years, you might end up with nothing. That's why I like the entrepreneurial route, because my destiny is in my hand. If my life fucks up, I fucked it up, not nobody else. A lot of times people go in and they fuck up your life on, somebody else fucks up your life. Someone don't like you, they fire you, right? They do bad decisions and they now need to start cutting people. Guess what? They fire you. Now, with your own company, you could go in and say, hey, man, let me do the right moves. I'm making more money. I'm taking a bigger risk, but I'm making more money. And if you're smart enough, you have enough savings to hold you down. Like I'll give you a great example. Like recently, I just took out of my house a couple of $100,000 to pay for some other shit, another fucking property, another investment. You know what I mean? Now, I didn't have to fucking put anything down. I'm just using my equity that I have. Now, there's people that have opportunities to do that, but instead of doing it the right way, they've decided to live in a condo that's paying $6,000-$7,000 a month. They could have bought their own house, but they don't want to buy a house. They want to live in the condo, right? They don't own the condo. They usually even live with roommates. And it's like, bro, you work 5-6 years. What do you have to show for? You get what I'm saying? So you can go the employee route, but you have to be smart about it. You got to put money in the stock market. You got to invest. So when they pull the rug, because they will pull the rug, that's not your business. They will pull the rug. It doesn't matter if it's 1 year from now or 20 years from now. They will pull the rug. So you need to be prepared for that. You don't want to be one of those fucking people on TikTok talking about, I got laid off and I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage. You work 12 years in fucking Google. How you don't have enough money to pay your mortgage for the next 5-6 years? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and this is something that you got to also remember. Sometimes the smartest people are always at the bottom. The dumbest people, the people that's just like, how the fuck this guy's a billionaire? This guy, like, you look at Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is not a genius. Mark Cuban is not that smart. He's a regular folk type dude. How is he a billionaire? And the guys that are fucking super smart that work under him are not billionaires. That's what you always got to remember. Go look on this guy, Ben Mallah, right? Ben Mallah, right? This guy got like a $25-30 million home. You look at this guy, how the hell this sloppy guy with a beer belly, smoking cigarettes, right? You know, one cupcake away from a heart attack, God forbid, right? He's a good dude. But Ben Mallah, how is he a fucking multi-millionaire? And a guy that's a genius right now working at one of his top companies, he's not there. It's very simple. He took risk, right? And also, too, always remember that you don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You just got to know who's the smartest ones in the room. Again, let me slow it down. You know what I mean? Bring it back. Don DeMarco, go. You know what I mean? We need to bring my little thing back. Don DeMarco, slow it down. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You just got to know who are the smartest guys, so you could hire them. Now, for some of you guys, you'll be like, this shit sounds stupid. Trust me, it makes sense if you know what I'm talking about. Some of these guys, they're not the smartest guys in the room. I learned that shit early on. I had a job that was in a company, in a construction company, was building an application, and that was one of the reasons, even too, that I even created Coding Phase. Now that I think about it, we was creating an application which was for oh, damn, let me see. EPA. Let's see if I find it. EPA certification online. Let's see if damn, that was the domain. Let's see if I find it. Damn. So we was creating a website for people to get certified for the EPA license, right? So the people that do construction, do all that shit, right? They need to get certified. Now, there was the guy who owned the company. He just owned a construction company, right? But this guy, he's not the smartest guy in the room, right? I'm telling you guys right now, he's not the smartest guy in the room. The guy had an office upstairs, above a bar. On lunch break, will come downstairs, get drunk, come back up, and like, hey guys, how's the app doing? And I'm like, yo, the app is doing great, bro. We working on it, right? But the dude, we was working on this app, and I'm like, thinking in my head, I'm like, this guy moves money. This guy moves money. He has multiple employees, right? Multiple people working for him. He trains people to get EPA certified. He goes all over the country, trains people on how to get their certifications. And he's smart enough to go in and say, you know what? All of this shit, we could teach it online. Let's go build an application for it online. And we was building that. But the whole time I'm like, yo, this guy's cool. He's a very nice guy, right? But at the same time, I know he's not the smartest guy in the fucking room. But he's smart enough to find the smartest guys in the room and say, let's go and build this. And he's smart enough to take a risk. There's a lot of guys who own construction companies and own certification companies. And they don't even fucking think to say, let's build an online version of what we already do here. You get what I'm saying? And if you look at the dude, it's a regular dude, you know what I mean? Short hair, little white Irish dude, you know, fucking might wear a hat to the back, you know what I mean? Just average person, but has made millions in the industry. That's when I learned you don't have to be this fucking genius and all this extra shit that people sell you out to be, because everywhere that I go, I've worked from small companies to startups to fucking enterprise level companies, and the people that's on top, they're not even the smartest people in the fucking company. The smartest people in the company are at the fucking bottom. The grunts. No cap. And this is something that you don't even have to learn about this shit to go become a developer and work in companies to then realize this shit. You could go and work at anywhere. You work at a fucking warehouse. You work at a warehouse. Everybody goes in, got the paperwork, their order. They got to go to a fucking aisle, pick up the little thing, put the shit in the box, put it on the pallet. The guy who's the manager that is in charge of you guys in the fucking warehouse, he don't even have half the education that most people have in the warehouse. But he knows how to move. He knows how to talk to people. When he went in and he started working in the warehouse, he wasn't there trying to be fucking mingle with the fucking workers. You know what I'm saying? It's like me. When I go into any company, I'm not mingling with the co-workers. I don't know you from a hole in the wall. When I leave from here, I'm not going to miss you and you're not going to miss me. But you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to talk to the project manager. If I could talk to the CEO on a lunch break, if I can talk to one of the guys up there, I'm learning. I'm fucking soaking it up. SpongeBob SquarePants type shit. I'm in there like a fucking sponge, soaking it up. I can't soak up anything from anybody that's next to me. You could teach me a little bit about code and teach me, you know, instead of using a for loop, why don't you use a for each? Yeah, you could teach me that, but you're not going to teach me how to fucking get up here. So I'm not paying attention to you. I'm paying attention to the guys up here to make money. Now, that's my mentality. That's the mentality of the person that usually becomes the manager. That's the mentality of the person that knows how to go up the corporate ladder. Me, personally, I never liked the corporate ladder. So what I did say, okay, cool, I'm going to learn enough from over here, learn from this industry, this industry, this industry, and I'm going to be out. I'm going to take all that knowledge, right? And I'm going to implement it to my own businesses. Every single company that I work for, I left out of there with 10% of shit that they only had. And every little 10% I added up, and this is where I'm at now in life. I didn't just go in there, I want to code, I want to be a worker. Nah. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm trying to tell you, like, you don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. No cap. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the fucking room. You just got to know, who is the smartest ones in the room. And also, too, just research. Research is one of the most important things. There's people that are geniuses and can't build shit because they don't know what app do I build. That's the number one thing that people get stuck on. Haven't you heard that shit a million times? And probably you going through it right now. What type of app do I build, Joe? There's a million of apps right now that need to be built. But because people don't know how to do the research and understand how to find out what problem people are having and how you can solve it with technology, people don't build it. All right, let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Joe, what's your advice for indie developers starting out? Just build and figure out the rest out later. No, before you even build, you need to do research. Don't start building until you do research. You got to find out a niche that you're going to serve. And what's the problem in that niche and how you're going to solve it with code. And then start coding, right? The best thing that you can do is create a very simple application, right? Even just with a landing page, and then put it out there, right? And send it out, try to capture emails so you can now go in and say, okay, if we have X amount of people signing up for the emails, then maybe they'll be interested in paying for the service. Now, another way that you could do it is you can charge people a very small amount. You say, hey, man, we're building this application that's going to have this feature, this feature, this feature. If you pay $5 right now, we will give you a heavy discount when it releases. That allows you to know if people are even willing to pay for that app. If they don't want to pay $5 for getting notified when the app is out, then don't even build it. So that's the advice. It's just somebody's damn joke. So I'm not gonna build shit now. Nah, just do your research. Do your research, and even if it's just a landing page, try to see how many people have actually gone into it. Who's interested in it. Okay, let me see. Why did I switch from Hotjar to PostHog? I like the idea that they have everything there in PostHog. I'm actually doing a video for the Tech Accelerator. If you are in the Tech Accelerator Diamond membership, you're going to see how I implement this, and you can implement it to your own website. So basically, you have product analytics, like, different sections of your app. You have web analytics, like, okay, who visited what page, right? UTM tags, all of that stuff. Then you also have session replays. So when somebody goes to codingphase.com, I know exactly what they're doing on the homepage. I don't see what you're doing on the courses. I don't see your accounts. I don't see any of that. I just see what you do when you go to the homepage and as you travel through the website before you sign up. So that gives me data on what I need to fix. Somebody comes in, they read a section, they leave. Guess what? That's a bad section. I got to change that. Somebody comes in and it's taking too long to load something. There was a video playing. Guess what? We got to remove that video. You know what I'm saying? Like, with all of this, you have basically like a couple of apps together. You have Google Analytics, you have Hotjar, all together at the same time. And you could even do like little surveys if you wanted to, like have surveys on your site. So there's a lot of cool stuff, right? So yeah, it's very, very cool. A lot of companies use it. Y Combinator, Staples, Airbus, DHL, MUX, Outbrain. Yeah, a lot of companies are using it. It's pretty good. I really like it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not using Hotjar anymore. The pricing model for it, also too, very generous free tier, right? Basically it's free. Okay, you don't even have to put a credit card. You have 1 million events. That means that you could have like 100,000, 200,000 people go to your website, and let's say they do 10 events, like click 10 clicks. You have up to that. So that means like 100,000 people can go to your website. Then from there you have session replays, 5,000 recordings for free. So that means when they go to your website, you could have up to 5,000 people, 5,000 sessions recorded. So let's say your portfolio, your projects, etc. You can see what's going on your site when people are going to your site to check out your portfolio. So I'm gonna also add that to the portfolio blueprint for anybody that has it. Show you how to implement this to your website. Okay, and then from there, after the free tier, it's 0.00005 an event. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have 100,000 events, and I'm talking about that's like you having a lot of users coming to your site, like maybe 50,000 users in that month, right? 100,000 users times 0.000, right? 5, you pay $5 for using the service. So you get a whole bunch for free. And then even if you decide to keep it and it passes the free tier, all you're paying is $5. Yeah, this app is pretty legit. I love it. Post Hawk. They should give me a bag, man. Let me see. Facts, though. Destiny's in your hand. Yep, risk is rewarded in this country. Drunken monk. Bobby says, my man dropping real game. Hey, I'm just talking to my friends. You know what I'm saying? This is not even content. This is just talking to my friends, talking about some other stuff, right? Reading through here, Harlan says, yo. KG says, diamond. By the way, almost forgot. By the way, anybody that's in here, guys, check out the link in the description, okay? Link in the description. When you click on the link in the description, it's going to bring you to codingphase.com, okay? I want you guys to understand this. Right now, we're going to be giving out a MacBook for somebody that wins this, right? By September 30th, okay? So when you sign up to codingphase.com, right? You come to codingphase.com, you click on this channel, you click on this link, we give you 40% off automatically. So you get a discount. Then not only that, when you come in here and you choose 6 months or 12 months, right? 6 months or 12 months, you basically get 40% off and a chance to win a brand new laptop, okay? So this is how much you will be paying for 6 months, $240, $480 for a whole year, right? Again, you have a great chance of winning a laptop. Like I said, most people are not gonna sign up, right? And it's fine, right? Because guess what? That gives somebody a chance to actually win this, right? But yeah, most people, all the time I do like a giveaway, people will be like, I'm not gonna win it, or this and that. Guess what? You have the chance of winning it because people usually don't believe that they're gonna get it. So you could be the one. All right. Another thing too, it's great for those of you guys that are already on Coding Phase and y'all was gonna renew anyways. Renew now, and you're gonna get the chance to win the brand new MacBook. Same thing for anybody that's coming in and they're trying to sign up for the first time. Come in, sign up for 6 months or a year, and you have the chance of winning a brand new MacBook. And you know, depending on how good this goes, we might go in and might do this every single month. Okay, give a MacBook to one of you guys. That shit will be dope, right? And so let's see how it goes, right? My plan is to basically break even. If I break even, I'm happy. If I break even, I'll go in and get another MacBook. That's it. This is just a way to motivate you guys It's what I call back to school, giveaway. So take advantage of that if you've been watching me and you're like, man, how do I support Joe? How do I go in and sign up to Coding Phase? You get a lot of stuff, guys, when you come to Coding Phase. You get access to all of the courses here. And again, this shit works. Shout out to Henry, who just recently got hired, right? Came in, got hired in 2 months. If you're one of those guys that have been doing the MERN stack, you went to a boot camp, they sold you a dream, you can't find a job, bro, come to Coding Phase. I got you. Okay? No cap. Henry came in 2 months in, he did the work, and he got his job, right? We talked about him on the last live stream. If you missed it, you missed it. Shout out to On, right? Shout out to On Ming, right? Working web producer / Shopify developer. Shout out to Renee. And there's a bunch of other people that have been getting hired. But again, I don't like to force people to send me a Hall of Fame message. It's up to them, right? I'm not one of this, like this boot camps that be hounding people. Hey man, we see that you got hired. Can you come in and put a testimonial? It's like, nah, bro. If you want to do it, you do it. If you don't want to do it, cool. But don't ask me for shit later on. You get what I'm saying? Because there's people that be like, hey man, Joe, you remember me for 2-3 years ago? Yeah, I got a job, da-da-da. And then, can you help me out? I'm actually thinking about building this app. I'm going to hit you with the same ooh-wop that you hit me with. Hey man, that was back then. You know what I mean? I helped you out back then. What happened to the Hall of Fame? What happened to the testimony? You ain't send that. Why am I still talking to you 3 years later? You know what I'm saying? You can't even do the bare minimum. We ain't gonna do the bare minimum for you either. So, no, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers be coming in. I used to do this shit. I don't know, for years, right? Even the Hall of Fame. What we have there, we have like 9-10 pages of people that came in and shared their stories. Bro, we started doing the Hall of Fame in 2022, right? I could have went in and had all those students from 2017 till fucking 2022 come in and be like, yo, mandatory. And do how some of these boot camps come in and be like, yo, leave us a review, leave us a fucking a testimonial, and then we send you the fucking diploma, right? They be doing that. Somebody told me about that shit. Like, yeah, man, they're like, yo, I gotta leave a review before they send me my certificate. Dirty. Yo, boot camps is dirty, bro. But yeah, I never did that. I never even wanted, the whole beginning of my career doing Coding Phase, etc., right? Running this business, I never wanted to lean on the students and be like, whoa, look at my students. This is who this guy got hired. I don't want to lean on nobody because I know what I got. I know what I could teach and how I could help people. So for like 5 years, I ain't really put nobody on. Anybody that's been with me for 2017, they know we never added nobody to like, here's a review, here's a this. I don't put none of that. I want to be able to sell my service of what I can deliver, right? Without having to use anybody. But yeah, if you want to come in and come to Coding Phase, come check it out, right? Hall of Fame is in there, right? And those are the people that they want to go in and share their stories, right? Shout out to Lawrence Lockhart, Triple OG from Coding Phase. This is 2017. You know what I mean? You see him all over social media. That's 2017 Coding Phase. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put some respect on his name. He's been grinding. So yeah, man, 90 plus courses, Tech Accelerator program, 12 hours of group coaching, right? Every single month, you got access to me. You got access to Karen, right? Career paths, curated jobs list, interview questions list, recommended portfolio, unlimited portfolio reviews, access to private community. Again, you're getting a lot, okay? So like I said, when you come in, you're getting, we're using that link. You have to use that link or make sure to put in this coupon code, back to school 24. Because if you don't have that there, you're not qualified for the sale, right? And the giveaway. Okay, so take advantage. Let me see, reading through here. Hey Joe, I don't have anything planned for this weekend. How would you suggest I go about starting a HTML CSS portion, and how far do you think I could get along by a month since I'm unemployed? To do the HTML CSS, that don't take no more than 2 weeks. You could finish the whole content editor section of the Diamond membership, Tech Accelerator, like you could do all of that in 1 month. Have your portfolio done by the end of the month. I go in, I review it, I give you the tips on what you gotta fix, what you gotta add, and then from there, that's it. Start applying to jobs. I don't know if people have noticed this too. In the last 2-3 months, more people are getting hired than the whole beginning of the year, right? The economy is starting to look up, and I don't know if it's because people thinking that, hey man, they're gonna get your boy Biden, Newport Biden out of the game, but I don't know. You know what I mean? You know who I'm voting for. You know what I mean? And it's not nothing personal. You know who I'm voting for. I'm voting for whoever's gonna put money into the economy. Anybody else, if it's some random person, I'm not voting for them. And I suggest you do the same, right? You vote for whoever you want, right? Whatever you're comfortable. If you feel you're doing better now than 4 years ago, go ahead. Keep it the same. If you was happy on lockdown, you was happy on all the bullshit that was happening, go ahead, vote for the same shit. I wasn't happy. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Every business owner that's out here lost 30 to 40% of their income on their businesses, right? There's businesses that closed. There's people that's struggling to find a job. That shit was not happening 2019, 2018, right? It was not happening at all. 2020, it was not happening. So that's all you really should really care about. For me, it's about taking care of my family. I don't want to hear about anything else after that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you do what benefits you. Okay? Always remember that. Let me see. Joe, do you have an e-commerce career path on Coding Phase? That's a good idea. We should have one, right? Just for people that want to focus on e-commerce. That should be a good idea. KG, do you still recommend SEMrush? Yes, SEMrush is still good. Bobby, yes. So you're already a senior level developer. This is what I'm doing. I'm actually been working on this for like almost a month and a half, which is a course where we teach you the process of taking whatever skills you have and monetizing them. Okay. So let's say, for example, let's say you're a full stack developer. How do you monetize that? Right. You can build software as a service, right? Well, how do you find the research, right? How do you do the research and find the right app to build? And then how do you promote it? How do you run the ads on Facebook to start bringing more customers? How do you use social media to bring more customers to you, right? When you see guys like Danny Postma, Levels.io, right? Those guys are leveraging social media and advertisement to be able to generate income. It's not that you'd be like, well, I'm dropping a random app. It's like dropping a needle in a fucking haystack. Like you're never gonna find that shit, right? Because there's so many apps and so many bullshits out here. So what you want to do is you need to know the other information, right? The other knowledge to be able to go and promote that application, right? It's the same thing that I've been doing with this channel, right? This is one of the smallest channels. People come in here and it says 100,000 subscribers. But the truth is that everybody that's my contemporary or like colleagues that were from my generation, they got like 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million subscribers. But I still make just as much as the biggest developer that's on YouTube, and also too more money than most of the people that's above me. But it's not because I'm doing anything special. It's just that I know how to actually go and run this like a business, right? Run all of this stuff like a business and use social media to bring awareness to my services. I didn't come here as a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? I already had a YouTube gaming channel. I already had a YouTube music channel. I came in this thing to share my story. And once I decided, hey man, this shit's taking a lot of time off my day to continue doing this type of videos and answering questions and all this shit, we got to turn this shit into a business. So what was just a regular YouTube became a business literally under 6 months. I already had quit my job full time, and I was a full time on YouTube in under 6 months. Okay. But yeah, guys, listen, I have to get out of here. I'm going to see you guys later, all right? Take care, all right?